my name is Chris Peterson. I'm 46 years old from Columbia, South Carolina. I'm a transplant from Oklahoma, lived in Oklahoma all my life. I am 6 feet tall, unless I've shrunk a little bit, and I am 365 pounds right now, and I am going to be on the next Biggest Loser, and I'm going to win the thing. I'm telling you, put me on. Okay, first off, I'm a husband, father of 4, and a grandfather, actually, of 4 wonderful children. And I've got 2 grown children that are living in Oklahoma still, and then I've got my 22-year-old son Corey lives here, and my 16-year-old daughter Kaylee lives here with my lovely wife Anita. Okay guys, it's Sunday morning. I'm excited. I'm jacked. This is my time, of course, as a children's pastor. So we're going to see a few clips just of me kind of doing my thing as a children's pastor, and you can see when we're watching the clips how my weight can hinder me.
Oh, I didn't notice I got it this
Okay. Okay, so I'm here with my son Corey, and Corey, just maybe tell him a little bit of how my weight has affected you. Like when I rolled over and you were taking a nap. Just go ahead.
Okay. I mean, honestly, how it's affected me, it's become something that was kind of just a natural thing. Like, it wasn't really anything that was like, whoa, my dad's you know, really overweight or anything like that. It was just kind of something that was just like, oh yeah, he's overweight. It became something that was really kind of natural, and which isn't good. And you know, it's also something that kind of like it you know, being my dad and being my father, it kind of like puts you on a path that makes you feel like maybe, you know, what if you know, end up like that? What if you end up overweight? Or, you know, what if you go down that road too? And so it's something that's encouraged me to not be overweight, but at the same time, it also, you know, there was a time a couple years ago that I got really, and I didn't tell my dad this, but I got really scared for his health and stuff like that, like for his.
My dad used to play basketball all the time, and yeah, he's still pretty spry. Still pretty spry. Uh-oh, look at him go. Back him down, Big Shaq. Oh.
Why do you guys think it would be a good idea for me to be on the show? Who can tell me a reason why they think it would be good for me to be on the show?
Japheth. Why?
Okay, why Japheth?
You need to lose weight.
So I can lose weight. I need to lose weight, don't I? That's a good idea. Okay, who else thinks could say why it would be good?
William.
Because by the end of the month, you will probably lose 90 pounds.
Awesome, yes, that's right. By the end of the month, I lose 90 pounds. This happens, if I do get on the show, I'll be gone. I'll have to leave sometime in May, and I'll be gone for about hopefully for about 3 months. Because that will mean, if I make it for 3 months, that will mean I made it to the finals.
And that's good.
That's good, because if I win the finals, I would get $250,000. And if I win, we're gonna have a party.
Well, for practically my whole life, well, actually, like my whole life, my dad's been overweight, and I've never ever seen him skinny. only in pictures or in home videos that my grandma has taken and stuff like that. And you know, it's kind of frustrating because I would introduce you know, my parents to my friends, and my friends would be like, "That's your dad?" Like, because I mean, I don't know, it was just really frustrating and embarrassing. It makes me mad because he would do so well on diets and stuff, and like he would keep it off, you know, with Slim Fast or whatever, and then he would like put the weight back on. So I mean, he can't do it by himself, and we're trying to support him and stuff, but it's not working. So he really needs somebody else to help.
When I saw the 500 steps, I thought, I wonder if I can do 500 steps. That doesn't seem like it's that hard. And I did like 25. I was like, dear Lord, my legs were killing me, and it was tough. And but I still went through. I think I did like 200 the first time, and that was just a week or two ago. Just when this thought crossed my mind. So anyway, I'm going to do some steps. I'm only going to do about 200 today. I'm up to like 350 because I've been increasing it like by 25. But I'm going to do like 200. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So, it wasn't too bad.
You probably counted a little fast too.
I maybe did, but you know, when you got 365 pounds up in the air, you count fast. But so, anyway, even after I did, I could still knock out a few push-ups.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I know I can do the work. I want Holyfield! I want Holyfield! No. Anyway, just kind of give you guys a little look at the whole package. And this one, I call this one Maryland because it's got the birthmark. Not the birthmark, but the mole. It's Maryland, so help me. Let's help Maryland. Okay, so this pizza is awesome. It's really, really good. Hot. Oh, it's hot. Burns the flesh. That's really hot. Really good. And this is it. I mean, I could probably eat pizza 7 days a week with a side order of cheeseburgers, honey.
We dated for a really short time, and at that time he weighed about, I think he told me like 190. And because we'd only dated that long, I had no idea that he had a previous weight problem. I felt like it was my fault because, you know, he would say that he was we were fighting or he was unhappy, and he would turn to food, I guess, as a comfort, and he would try to lose it and he'd gain it back, and then I would get mad at him and I'd gripe at him and I'd fuss at him about it, and so he would work harder at taking it off, and he would get a certain amount off, and then he would put it back on. And so gradually over the years he's just put it back on and put it back on and put it back on until he can't do it anymore without help. That's probably one of the biggest things, is I see him in the position he's in, and I think people probably don't take him as seriously as they would because of his weight. But anyway, I want him to get on the show, and I want him to lose it. I think he's very determined. He's really, this is really becoming a thing with him. He's so determined to do it this time and to keep it off and make a life change, and I think that The Biggest Loser could help with that. So I hope you let him on the show.
I was always an overweight child. That was just something that was kind of, I had an eating problem from day one, I guess. I was an active kid. I played sports, played competitive sports, most all of them. I focused in on mainly football and weightlifting, wrestling. And you know, my identity was so wrapped up in playing football. When I was in high school playing ball, I had dates sometimes, but you know, I always felt like girls. In fact, there was, you know, one time it was very obvious that, at least one time, that a girl was going out with me only because I was a football player and I was popular because I played football. And those things were, you know, those things stuck with me, and they kind of wounded me and stayed in there. And I my last part of my senior year, I fell in with the wrong crowd, started doing drugs, and you know, I kind of was looking for a new persona. Well, you know, rock stars and people partying, their lifestyle's not a big football player type guy. So I started losing weight, went on a crash diet, and I lost the weight. I lost down to 165 to 180 pounds is where I stayed. And I stayed there for 10 years, which was good that I was thinner, but I really didn't change my eating habits as far as eating the right things. I just ate not very much. And, you know, I was told before that I looked like Patrick Swayze, and that's kind of embarrassing and maybe hard to see right now, but you know, I didn't even know who Patrick Swayze was, but then I found out actually I kind of did look a little bit like him, and to the point where there were several times where girls would follow me around in the store asking for my autograph. I mean, it was stupid, but it was true. But you know, again, then ladies were attracted to me and everything, but I still felt like it's like, well, they're just attracted to this outside if they, you know, they don't really like me. And so it was always an issue with me, that kind of feeling. Well, when I was 28 years old, I had an amazing encounter with God and came to know Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. It was just awesome. And just totally changed my world, which I would have been the last person I would have ever thought would be a pastor or be in ministry. And yet there, you know, the next thing I knew, that was where God started directing my life to be. And as that happened, guys, I began to put on weight. I laid down the drugs, laid down the partying, laid down smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. All those things I laid down, but I started picking up the fork more. And I met my wife. And we started to date, and things got serious. And I started gaining weight even before we got married, but we didn't date very long, only just a couple, 2 or 3 months. And we got together way too fast. She would say that too. And we had blended families, and it was just stress, everything, and boom, I just started gaining, you know, weight. And I was up to about 220 or so, and one day we were just really kind of having it out about my weight, and it just really, those old feelings of not being accepted came back, and it really caused issues with me and my wife in our marriage and in our family for quite a while, until eventually over time I realized, man, my wife loves me or she wouldn't stay with me all this time. You know, she really does love me for me, but she just wants the outside of me to match what's on the inside, and I don't blame her. I would too. You know, here's the deal. As a preacher, I put my family takes on, they have to take on certain things that normal families wouldn't have to take on because their dad or their husband is a preacher. And you know, that's what that's something they have to deal with, because I know they just have to. But my weight's not. I mean, they shouldn't have to. And I know that I'm embarrassed of my weight. I know I've embarrassed my kids. I've made them afraid, you know, at times for my health. And, you know, I mean, I know that people have probably looked at me out in public with my wife and thought, what is that woman doing with that guy? And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And guys, I just really, I need help. I mean, I know I've shown on the video that I can physically do this. I wanted to make sure, even though I know it was just a small taste of what I would, even not anywhere close to what I get on the ranch, but I wanted to show that even right now, I can do a certain amount. I mean, I can do it. I believe that I can physically do it. But there's something inside of me that needs to be fixed. And I know I trust God with my life. But I know, because God has used me a lot of times to do things, He uses people most of the time to do His work. And I just believe that if it's God's will, if you guys would use me, and God would use to help me to overcome this problem, because I don't want to just fix the symptoms. I want to fix the root of what's wrong inside of me, to where I can get my mind right and wrap it around this and keep this off, because it's getting harder and harder. I mean, I keep trying to add the physical part, but it's getting, the older I get, the more strain it's putting on my body. It's getting harder for me to physically do it. And I don't want to get even bigger, and I don't want to die early. I want to do everything God's called me to do. And I just beg you guys to give me a shot. Give me a chance, and I promise I won't let you down.